What's up everybody on YouTube, AJ Ruz back here with another video, and today I'll be sharing with y'all some of my award predictions for the 2021-22 NBA season. So guys, we're about a week and a half into the 2022 NBA season. I also did this type of video for the NFL prior to the NFL season doing award predictions. So I also wanted to do this type of video for the NBA. There's a total of 6 awards every season in the NBA. And I know it's super early right now. The season just started and the regular season doesn't end until April. But I just wanted to share with y'all some of my predictions for the award winners going into this season. So with all that being said, let's get into the 2022 NBA award predictions. First award we have is Rookie of the Year. And for this year, I have that award going to Houston Rockets shooting guard, Jalen Green. There's a ton of talent from this 2021 NBA draft class, but in my opinion, Jalen Green stands out the most. Being the number 2 overall draft pick from this year, it's obvious that he's going to take some time to actually have some real success in the league, but I believe he'll be a huge integral part of what the Houston Rockets are doing. He's a part of a young Rockets team that has a great young core with players like Christian Wood, Jae'Sean Tate, Kevin Porter Jr., and other players like Alfred Sengun and Joshua Christopher. Not to mention, Green also played a year in the G League, which honestly gives him a step above other players who are coming out of college because he already knows what it takes to be a professional. Like I said earlier, the season is still very young, but on October 24th, Jalen Green had his best performance so far against the Boston Celtics. He set a Houston Rockets rookie record, making 8 out of 10 threes, shooting 80% from the perimeter, and he also scored a total of 30 points, shooting 11 for 18 from the field. From being in the G League last year, playing Summer League, preseason, and now in the regular season, Jalen has been able to show his maturity of his game in the NBA, and we'll only be able to see it polished even more as he continues to get older. For those reasons, along with his versatility, scoring ability, and athleticism, I have him winning the 2021-22 Rookie of the Year, and also improving the Rockets, potentially having them fighting for an NBA play-in spot in the Western Conference. The next award I have is the 6th Man of the Year, and that award I actually have going to Tyler Herro, shooting guard of the Miami Heat. Y'all may think I'm tripping because of the type of season he had last year, but trust me when I say this, it's young in the season, but Tyler Herro, he has been balling low-key. Right now, he's averaging 21 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, and it's only been a few games into the season, but it's still impressive regardless, as last year he had a down year, and we all know in 2019-20 he had an impressive season, along with having a great debut in the NBA bubble 2 years ago. The Miami Heat were also able to improve as a team this offseason, as they were able to acquire Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors this offseason, and also PJ Tucker from the Milwaukee Bucks. That veteran leadership, along with Jimmy Butler's trust in Tyler Herro, is why I believe that Tyler Herro will break out even more this season and win 6th Man of the Year. Now, he may not average 21 points per game for the whole season, but I do believe his role will continue to increase even more, and he'll have a prominent role off of the bench. And depending on if they put him in the starting lineup or not, or, you know, like shift his minutes or something like that, if he continues to come off the bench a lot, I definitely believe that this award is his. Herro received a lot of hate for his poor play last year, people calling him overrated because of the success that he had in the bubble, and then last year his downfall. But I believe this year he'll be able to use that fuel to the fire and get a lot of buckets and also win 6th Man of the Year. Alright, now taking a break from the players, I'm actually going to get into the Coach of the Year. And this, I have the award going to Ime Udoka, head coach of the Boston Celtics. Last year, the Celtics had an underwhelming season as they played in a play-in tournament, which was way below their expectations. After last year's head coach Brad Stevens ended up stepping into the president of basketball operations role for the Celtics, hiring Ime Udoka, I think that after being a part of USA Basketball and being an assistant coach for the Brooklyn Nets last season, Ime Udoka will let his presence be known for the Boston Celtics organization. The Celtics have a lot of talent, of course, including stars Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum, but they also have a lot of depth and role players, including pesky defender Marcus Smart, an underrated guard in Peyton Pritchard, and also a good solid big man in Robert Williams. I know after last season, Celtics players and the Celtics organization is looking to prove people wrong after having a down season, and Ime Udoka will be the catalyst of that, being the coach, and I believe he will win Coach of the Year, potentially having the Celtics being a top 4 seed. Now we're getting into the second half of the NBA awards, and actually for this award, it's the Defensive Player of the Year, and it's another Heat player. I have this going to Bam Adebayo. Now, before you ask, I am not a Miami Heat fan, but I do believe this team has a lot of talent and honestly is a championship contender. Bam certainly will be a huge reason why the Heat will be championship contenders, and after making the All-Star game in 2020, his game has went up tremendously both offensively and defensively. Over the past few years, Bam has been a huge part of what the Miami Heat does defensively, and his role has continued to go up year by year. In the 2019-20 season, Adebayo had a defensive rating of 106, and last year in 2021, even though the Heat didn't have their best year, he had a defensive rating of 108. Now you may be asking, what exactly does defensive rating prove? Well, it actually proves Adebayo's defensive ability and his impact on that side, as he deters opponents from going into the paint when he's in the paint, and he's also able to guard guards on the perimeter. Adebayo does so much for this team, and I know that his impact will be shown even more on a day-to-day basis as Miami looks to capture a championship after falling short in the 2020 NBA Finals to the Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of people are quick to give this award to people like Joel Embiid, Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, and people of that nature, but don't sleep on Bam Adebayo, as in my opinion, he'll be the 2022 NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Now we have 2 remaining award predictions, and this will be the most improved player, and in my opinion, this award will go to Ja Morant, superstar point guard of the Memphis Grizzlies.
So far, Ja has been off to a strong start, averaging 30 points per game and 8 assists, looking to lead the Memphis Grizzlies to another playoff appearance after making it for the first time with Morant last season. This is just the beginning in my opinion, as a lot of people consider Ja a top 10 point guard rather than a top 5 guard in the league, but I believe that's about to change. There's something different about Morant, his accountability, his leadership, and also he's a straight up dog. In some ways similar to Allen Iverson in my opinion in terms of how he attacks the game. In the modern day NBA filled with talented point guards all across the league, he's certainly the definition of one you would want to build your franchise around, and he's still so young at the age of 22 in his 3rd season. If Ja continues to have this type of success throughout the season and he can help keep the Grizzlies as a playoff contender in the West, I have no doubt in my mind that Ja will not only win Most Improved Player, but also he will make his first All-Star appearance this year. Now we're at the last and most valuable award, and this year's MVP I have being awarded to Luka Doncic, superstar point guard of the Dallas Mavericks. What Luka has already been able to do in his short time in the league is absolutely sensational, and he's only going to get better. He's already been a 2-time NBA All-Star and a 2-time member of the All-NBA First Team, and he's just now starting his 4th season. The way he impacts the game is also remarkable, as his skill set is purely based on having a high basketball IQ and being an elite playmaker, and he also has a huge advantage being a 6'7" point guard. Not only that, but his impact in Dallas is tremendous, because if you were to take him off of the Mavericks, well, Dallas will be fighting for a top pick in the draft. The biggest measuring point with me in terms of how Luka can undoubtedly win the MVP award this year is the success of the Mavericks this season. I'm confident Luka will have the numbers of a perennial MVP candidate for sure, and if his team is a top 4 seed and his running mate Kristaps Porzingis can stay healthy, then I believe Luka will be taking home the MVP award in 2022. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for my NBA awards predictions for this season. Let me know in the comments down below if you would change anything or who you have winning these awards. These predictions for me were based on who I was looking at prior to the season and what type of year they could potentially have, and how this year could be huge for every player included, along with also predicting the coach of the year. I'm so glad the NBA is back, the best sport in the world and the most wonderful time of the year. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SwaggyRuss. Y'all stay tuned for more NBA videos and more content in general. Thank y'all.